guys, how you doing? Today is Friday, January 11th. How are you? Happy New Year. I hope you guys had a good Christmas holiday and a good New Year's. We had a good Christmas. It was quiet, just the four of us. Boxing Day, we ended up going to Aquaman. Oh, sweet Lord, that was the stupidest movie. We decided to go because that was, Scott was off that day, and then the next day he had to go back to work, and he's like, well, if the three of you want to go to a movie the next day, just wait and do that. I'm like, no, that's okay, we'll go to Aquaman. We had originally wanted to go to the Sherlock Holmes one, Holmes and Watson, and I saw that it had really bad reviews, so we went to Aquaman. It was so stupid. Oh my god. At one point, a guy goes, I am the ocean master now, or I was like, oh, sweet god. But 20 minutes into the movie, Scott gets up, gets his jacket, and walks out, and I'm like, what is that? Like, looking at the kids like, what just happened? So I text him, I'm like, are you okay? And he's like, my back is so sore, I can't sit here for 2 hours, I gotta go. So he's had some really bad back pain. He hurt his back back when we were in high school, basically. He was working at a local hotel, and he was a doorman and a bellman. Louise, Sherry, you guys would know, he worked at the Delta Barrington, across from Scotia Square. So he hurt his back lifting luggage for years. So it's just been screwed up ever since, and yeah, it's just getting worse. So, and Sherry, by the way, hello. Sherry ran into my sister at a local grocery store and was like, Annette, hi! And Annette's like, I don't know who this is. Because it's just funny because you guys, like, see us on YouTube, and it's like a weird, like, you think we know you. It's kind of funny. So Annette was like, what is happening? Except Sherry's like, oh my god, I watched your sister and I've seen you on her videos. So it was really cool. So hello, Sherry. Hope you had a good holiday. So Annette told me that she saw you, so that was really cool. So yeah, so Scott hurt his back and he had to leave the movie. So the kids and I were like, oh dear. And the theater was packed. So it was like, oh, do we all look stupid now if the four of us get up and leave all at the same time? So then I was like, oh, forget it. So the kids and I stayed and watched it, and it was painfully stupid. And I wish we had kind of got up and got our money back, or snuck into another theater and saw Mary Poppins or The Grinch or something. But anyway, it was fine. The next day, so I had videotaped everything for Vlogmas, and then I continued to videotape, but I'm not going to bother showing you. I'll show a couple clips, but nothing else, because it's January. We're well into January. No one cares about Christmas anymore. So the next day, the 27th, the kids and I went shopping. We went to Alderwood Mall, and Factoria, and then Alderwood Mall, and Kerrigan got her ears pierced for a second time. She was very excited about that. And then we went to Alderwood Mall, and we just kind of shopped around. The kids went to a little photo booth in one of the stores. So we had a good day and did some shopping and stuff. And then that was kind of it. It was just kind of quiet. New Year's Eve was absolute crap. I hate New Year's Eve to begin with, and this year was no exception. It just was not good. And we also tried to go to the hotel to see the fireworks, and the kids and I had done some recon that day. Scott, because we were going to the city, and Scott was like, okay, run up in the hotel and see if you can see the Space Needle from the hotel, and then we'll go there tonight and go watch the fireworks, because it was going to be cold that evening. So we did, and we got there, but it was foggy, and we couldn't really tell if you could see it or not. So anyway, that night we went, and of course you couldn't really see. You could sort of see some of the fireworks through the buildings, and we had the TV on, so we would look, and then there was a delay, so we would look at the TV going, okay, what do we just sort of see down the street? So it was a bit of a mess. But New Year's Eve day, the kids and I had gone to the city and took some photos, because I have photos in the living room. Let me just show you. And it'll make this video a little more interesting if we move around a little bit. So I have these black and white photos in our family room, and they're from Canada, Florida, and Bermuda. And I don't know if I've showed these to you guys before. They're like a 16 by 20 size. They're the Riba frames that I get from IKEA. This is the girls in Canada. Kerrigan is supposed to be the watch guard, and she doesn't do a very good job, and they're sneaking drinks out of the sprinkler. So Bryn was 5, Kerrigan was 2. Then I have this picture of them. That was the local pool in Florida, and I was standing under like an awning, so those are like the shadows of the beams that were above me. Kerrigan would have been 5 and Bryn was 8, because Bryn didn't learn to jump into a pool until she was 8. So that's how I remember those ages. So I thought that was really cool. And then this one was done in Bermuda down on Church Bay Beach, which was across the street from our house. And they would have been, I think Bryn was maybe 13 and Kerrigan was 10, or they were 11 and 14. I can't really remember, but that was done down on the beach. So the cool thing is they all have a water theme, the sprinkler, the pool, and the beach. And I was hoping to get a water theme in Seattle, but of course it wasn't raining the day we went to do the photos. So I'll show you the photos that we did take when we were in Seattle. But before I go back in my room there, I just want to show you, these were the paintings that I was working on during Christmas, or before Christmas for Scott. And they're the 9 places that we've lived since we first moved in together in 91. So this was our first apartment in downtown Toronto. And we lived there from 91 to 94. 94 to 97 we moved into this apartment. It was up on Bloor and St. Joseph Street. This one was in Fredericton, New Brunswick, and lived there from 97 to 2000, and we lived at the top floor of this house. It was really cute. I was pregnant for Bryn in that house. And then this one was in Ormukdo, New Brunswick, and that was baby Bryn's house. This was her room, and that's where we lived only for a year, from 2000 to 2001. And Scott got transferred down to St. John, New Brunswick, so we lived in Quispamsis. And this was Bryn's room, and that was Kerrigan's room, that was baby Kerrigan's house. And this was the stupidest driveway ever. Oh my god, it was so steep. Like, we had chains on the snowblower tires. This was where we lived. This was our last house in Canada, and that was in Fredericton, New Brunswick, and that was our favorite house. We loved that house. And the strange thing is the layout of that house, the house looks completely different from the one we're in now, but it's a very similar layout. This was our house in Florida. Oh, and we lived there, this was, 2000 to 2001, 2001 to 2005, and then 2005 to 2007. So we were only in that house for 2 years. Oh, I love that house. So this is our house that we had in Florida. We were there from 2007 to 2010. If you see my Disney vlogs from, I think it was 2015, we drive by that house, and that tree is a lot bigger than it was when we first moved in there. This was our little pink cottage in Bermuda. We were there from 2007 to 2010. Here we were 2010 to 2015. And yeah, that was our little pink cottage. Where we live now, here in Issaquah. I'll just cover up where we actually live. And we've been here from 2015. It's a weird looking house. It's a very strange house. Okay, so the photos that I showed you, the black and white photos, I wanted to get some photos of the girls in Seattle. And have another photo on the wall. So we went to Kerry Park. Now, Kerry Park is, I want to say it's in the Capitol Hill area. I'm not totally sure. Don't quote me on that. But Kerry Park they've used in episodes of Grey's Anatomy, and it's so funny because it would be nowhere near anything else they kind of talk about in the movie. But anyway, there's a nice view of the city, but it was foggy that morning, so you can't really see it, and the Space Needle's in between their heads there. So we got some nice photos at Kerry Park. Again, you can sort of see the Space Needle, but it's a neat view of the city. And then we went, but before that we had gone to Pike's Market, because I was like, well, let's get some photos there, because it's not going to matter if it's foggy or not, because we're going to be right down by the sign. So this I actually have on my home screen here. This is the girls, whoops, what did I do? Oh, what did I do? There we go. This is the girls walking across the street at Pike. So that's going to be the new photo for the wall. Isn't that cool? And there have been so many people down in that area. There was cars and trucks and people. And I just had them I was like, run across the street and then walk back. Run across the street and walk back. So this was probably one of the last shots. I had taken my good camera, but I ended up capturing this on Kerrigan's phone, I think. But yeah, this last time, they ran only halfway across the road and started walking back towards me, and that's how it turned out. Oh my god, I love that photo. So I'm going to get that blown up to a 16 by 20 and then get one of those frames from IKEA. Okay, so that's Christmas, New Year's covered. And then I got up New Year's morning, So I got up New Year's Day, and I was just not in a good mood. I was sad. I was just a hot mess. And so I used that energy to take down the Christmas stuff. I'd only slept for like 3 hours, and I got up and I tore everything down. By the time these guys got up, everything was done and back in bins. And then last Saturday, Bryn helped me put everything up above the garage because, of course, Scott's back is not good, and he was at work anyway, so she helped me put everything back. So that's all done. And then Sunday we drove Bryn back to Canada, back to school, and Sunday morning at like 2:30 in the morning I woke up to crazy wind. I honestly thought we were going to have a tornado. I was terrified. And I was like watching it at the bedroom window. I had the blinds up, and Scott was like, "When were you up?" I was like, I was up for like a half an hour looking out the window. Because the sky, it was like doing like Florida, like flash lightning. If you've ever been to Florida, and the lightning just flashes all night and there's no sound. It's so weird. So it was doing that, and the trees were blowing like crazy. So some of you have asked if we were okay. We were fine. Our neighborhood actually has underground wiring, so we rarely lose power. And then a few houses down. No. I gotta go to work early today. A few houses down, they lost one of their big trees, and it fell completely dead center of both houses. Like, it fell in between the two houses. It was amazing. But yeah, trees around here are so tall. Like, you think of the power lines and how high the power poles are. These trees are like 2 and 3 times the height of a power pole. Like, crazy, crazy tall trees. And because it rains a lot, the ground is kind of mushy all the time. I need sunshine, but just not the humidity. But yeah, so because it rains a lot, the ground is mushy, so trees tend to fall easily. So we just lost some branches and stuff, and I think they're all up on the roof. We actually have some people coming to look at our roof because we have so much moss on because of the rain. We have so much moss on our roof, and none of the neighbors have moss. They get it taken care of. So we talked to our landlord. We're like, we need this off the roof, and it's not good for your roof either. But yeah, we have more lawn on our roof than we do on the lawn. It's so pathetic. So I have people coming to look at that, and I've had people come look at our bathroom because the house is 30 years old and the tiles in our shower are caving in. It's so bad. It's a hot mess. So it sounds like it's going to be a total redo of our bathroom. So yeah. And one of the guys we had come look at it, one guy looked like he'd be on TLC and could tear the house down around you and build it back up, and you wouldn't even know, and he'd be done in 4 minutes. The other guy, not so much. And he also said, I said, well, maybe we could, tackle this during the upcoming school break in February, because I'd be home, because they have to come in for like 4 or 5 days, and that just freaks me out. If I'm sleepwalking about a deer that I have out on my front steps, I'm not going to do well with people in my house every day from 8 to 4. And if we're not home. So this guy said, well, yeah, but if it's during the school break, I might bring my kids with me. No. I was like, well, how many kids do you have? And he goes, well, I have a 15-year-old, a 13-year-old, an 11-year-old, a 9-year-old, a 6-year-old, a 4-year-old, a 2-year-old, and one on the way. And I was just like, oh, okay. Like, no. So I text the landlord. I'm like, please don't pick that guy. Yeah. That's just a lot of kids. Oh my God. He wouldn't bring all of them, but I don't know that. Like, I'm not going to be... So anyway, craziness. So, yeah. So we need some repairs done to the house. So yeah, so I'm trying to get people in to look at it, and we're getting estimates for the landlord so they can pick somebody. But yeah, that one might not be a good choice. Anyway, so, but then I went back to work on the 2nd, and I think I really needed that. I needed to get back to work and get back in a routine. I just, after a while, you just kind of crave a routine, and I just need to get back to working with the kids, and they're so amazing. They're so funny, and just, oh my God, I adore them so much. So it was nice to get back to work. I have a meeting with my boss this morning. We're all meeting with her just to discuss the year, and we're doing some changes to schedules and stuff. So I have to go in a little bit early today, so I thought I would try to film this video again. I've filmed this a few times and I keep screwing up. Okay, right quick. I knit a blanket. I started this baby blanket when we lived in Bermuda, and it was supposed to be for a woman that I worked with, and it never worked. And I took it to my knitting group the other night and got talking and screwed it up. I did 2 rows, came home, took the 2 rows out, and I was still off. So I just finished it off. I'm so disappointed because I have done so well with this over the years. And I was really happy with it. So it's a tiny little blanket. It would be cute. It would work. And then the end of it, I just finished off straight, but it's supposed to have the scalloped end to it. But I suppose it'd be all right. So it's kind of cute, but I'm going to start it again, and I'm thinking it might be a neat thing to do on my craft channel and show you guys how to do it, because it's really actually somewhat easy. So I thought I would just do a little bit of it and show you on my craft channel. So stay tuned for that, because I've done how to knit a dishcloth, and I will teach you guys how to purl with this, and I'll teach you this pattern. It's so lovely. My lace teacher had given me that pattern, and it's really sweet. And I have like 3 balls of yarn left, so I think I'll start it over and do another one. Okay, so for the new year, well, I'm off to a bad start with shopping. I bought this sweater last night. I just love the red. It's like a nice cranberry. It's coming off a little weird on the camera, but it's a nice deep red. I hate an orangey like this. I don't like an orangey red. I like a deep cranberry red. So I got this at Marshall's last night. I got a pair of jeans from Chico's. Oh, they're lovely. I got a pair, they're called boyfriend jeans, and they're a little bit baggy. I love them so much. And they were $80 down to $19. I never pay full price at Chico's. I love Chico's, but their stuff is pretty expensive, but if you wait for a sale, it's awesome. So I ordered another pair in the lighter denim. So I got those. What else? Oh, and I bought a ukulele case. Okay, so let me tell you about this. I will lead up to that. Okay, a book that I've been waiting for since May, I've been on a waiting list at the library, is The 5-Second Rule by Mel Robbins. She is brilliant. Check her out. She did a TED Talk called How to Stop Screwing Yourself Over or something. I don't know. Check her out. She's a motivational speaker, and then she came up with this, the 5-Second Rule. Basically, you have 5 seconds to make a decision before your brain will talk you out of it. So you go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1... boom, I'm getting out of bed. And when the alarm goes off, don't hit snooze, just get out of bed. If you have something to say, if you're in a group and you're at a meeting or something and you want to say something, you will talk yourself out of it. If you hesitate too long, you'll talk yourself out of it. So that's what this book is about. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and you just go for it. So I enjoy her immensely. She's on YouTube. She has a bunch of videos and stuff. Mel Robbins, check her out. The other thing she's doing for this year is called a mindset reset for 2019. This is really cool. It's just 10 pages. Just go on her website, Mel Robbins, MELROBBINS.com, melrobbins.com. She has this little program that she set up. You don't have to pay for anything. She's not selling you anything. But it's kind of like doing your resolutions, but in a little bit of a different way. So she gets you to look at 2018, 6 different areas of your body. No, 6 different areas of your life. 1 being your body, work or school, money, love life, friendships, and self-worth. You rate it from 1 to 10, whether 1 you hated it, 10 you loved it, or somewhere in between. And write down how you feel about that part of your life. Then she has some other questions that say, what are 3 good things that happened this year and how did they make you feel? What are 3 low points of this year and how did you handle them? What's the big lesson you learned this year? What did you do this year that you're proud of? And what are your hopes and dreams for next year? So you write all that down. Then 2019, you go into it and you look at those 6 things again. Your body, work/school, money, love life, friendships, and self-worth. And you write down 1 thing that you want to change about those things. And then she asks what scares you about the changes you want to make and what excites you about those changes. So this is really cool. I took the time, I printed it out, and I filled it out. And I just need to get my head screwed on straight. I'm a very negative person. I know I come on here and I try to be fun and happy and stuff, but you guys have also seen me cry. You've seen me without makeup and in jammies and a hot mess and in my Disney ball hat and doing stuff. And I show you the real me, but there's also this other side that sometimes you don't see, that I'm just a very negative person. Maybe you do see it. I'm just a very negative person about stuff. I could be having like the best day ever and then go, wait now, I'm having too much fun. Let my mind wander over to here, back to 1983, and that terrible thing I said to my mother that day, and let's dwell on that. And I'll do that. I'll like take something so stupid from the past and I'll just let it consume me. And it's like, why am I doing this? Why do I take a situation that there's nothing there to worry about and I pick something to worry about? I am a terrible worrier. I can't, it's like all consuming. I love to worry about stuff. I like to worry about stuff that I don't even need to worry about. I can take any situation. Perfect example of just being down and negative is, okay, so I bought that ukulele case. A girl that I work with, she is lovely. First of all, she's tiny. You could just pick her up and put her in your pocket. And we both had new jeans on yesterday. I was like, oh, these are my new jeans. She's like, yeah, I got new jeans too. I don't know where she even buys it. They're just little. They're tiny. They're so cute. I wouldn't even fit my arm, swear to God. But anyway, she's the tiniest little person and she's just lovely. She just has this loving soul about her. She's just so sweet and she's amazing with the kids that we work with. And she does a thing outside of work that I went to last night. And oh my God, I went there. I couldn't stay long, but we were singing and there's kids with special needs. And oh my God, she's just so amazing. So her and I decided to sign up for a ukulele class. I saw her online and she was playing her ukulele and I said, oh my God, that's so much fun. I said, I got one in the summer and I'm trying to learn. And she said, so am I. She said, the library offers a free course. We should do it. So I said, oh my God, let's. So I signed up last Thursday, ran out that night, bought the ukulele case so I wasn't walking in with it in a grocery bag looking like even more of a tool. And so we were signed up to go on Saturday last week. And so I was like, yeah, we're going to do this. It's 2019. I'm going to take it by storm. And I was all excited. And then she texted me that day, a couple hours before the lesson. She's like, I can't make it. And she told me why she can't make it. She's got stuff going on. And I was like, oh, that's okay. Like, no worries, whatever. And then I got off the phone and I was like, oh, this is what always happens to me. I have no friends. Nobody wants to spend time with me. And I made it into this whole thing about me. And I text Scott and I said, oh, she can't make it. And he goes, but you're still going, right? Because he knows exactly what I'll do. And I said, yeah, no, it's fine. Because he was coming home from work. He had to work Saturday and Sunday. He came home and he was going to drive me up to my lesson. And he's like, but you're still going, right? And I'm like, uh-huh, yeah, mm-hmm. But I hadn't convinced myself that I was going. And then I was like, you know what? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I need to do this. And I need to be positive. And you know what? I'm going to show up. There's going to be 7-year-olds with their ukuleles. And I'm going to be the 47-year-old tool in the back. But you know what? I'm just going to go and I'm going to have fun with this. And on the way to the lesson, she texted me back and she said, oh my God, things have changed. I can actually go. And I was like, okay, I see what happens. When you act positive about something and you'll go ahead with it, positive things will happen. I mean, I know that's not really what happened. It was just fluke and she was able to go. But I was like, oh my God, I just need to just take situations, flip them, make them positive, or just be positive about it and not try to find the negative in everything, which I do all the time. I'm a very anxious person. I get stressed out very easily. I'm a worrier, like terrible worrier. I worry about everything. And I just have to stop doing that because it's so exhausting. And I've dealt with depression in my life. I had a really terrible depression when I was a teenager. I had postpartum depression when the kids were born. And it's just really hard to deal with. So that's a whole thing. And then I bring on all this other stuff. And Scott's like, why do you do that? Like, why do you find things to worry about. Like, it's so exhausting. So anyway, I'm trying to be more positive for 2019. My alarm's about to go off in about 1 minute, so I'm going to show you one more thing I'm doing. Okay, so I'm a very slow reader. It's going to take me forever to read this, and it's due on the 30th. But that's the book I'm reading. I also signed up for a thing at the library where you read books from certain, with certain topics, and it's like a little contest going on. There's 10 books that you have to read. One of them being a children's book, so I picked this one. It's called Santa Bruce. This is Ryan T. Higgins. I love this guy. I love the illustrations that he does. He also did Mother Bruce and Hotel Bruce and Bruce's Big Move, and this is Santa Bruce. I mean, the drawings, oh my god, love, love, love. So I'll probably end up going to buy this book at some point. But, so you had to read a children's book, and so far this is the only one I got through, because I reserved the books thinking that it would take a while for them to all come into the library. They all came in at once. Okay, so one of them you had to read, I think it had to be about sports or something, I don't know. So I picked this one, and it showed like a list that you could pick from, so I chose this one, Scoreboard Baby, the story of college football, crime, and complicity. It's about the UW football team, which UW, it's the University of Washington that's here, so you just call it U, like W, so UW. This one, can't even remember what this one was about, but it's, I think this was about a crime. Game of Thrones. Love it. A Deal with the Devil. No idea. This one I'm currently reading, and I have to bring this with me in my lunch bag. Strays. It's a true story about a guy from Portland, Oregon, who's homeless, and he finds a stray cat. So that topic was about homelessness. The topic was supposed to be one that's difficult for people to talk about, so which was homelessness. This one, I think this was a crime. The Woman in the Window. Don't really know. Or it was written by a woman, maybe? I don't know. Then I had to pick one that was written by someone from the LGBTQ community. So I picked the Neil Patrick Harris Choose Your Own Adventure. And if you're a child of the 80s, it actually is set up like the Choose Your Own Adventure. Like you have to pick which page you turn to. So I think that's hilarious. And I adore him. It's Doogie Howser, man. You gotta love him. So I picked that one. And then this one is The Nest. I think Annette read this and said it was good. So this one was supposed to be a story about a family. So I have another one. No, I have another two, I think. Huh? I know, we gotta go. I have another couple that are on hold at the library that are ready. Okay, I gotta go to work. Hope you guys are good. Hope you have a good rest of... Oh, no, it is Friday. Hope you have a good weekend. Hope you have a good week next week. And I'll be back with some more videos soon. Okay, gotta go. See ya.